Hello everybody. Today this is a bass rig clinic by Bernie Bear. Here are two 12s. Now when I use this Ampeg 300 watt at 4 ohms, alright, and that's the old one. It doesn't have the four notch type of bass. The next one, the 500 watt up, you can dial in a bass tone. Now, the lower 12 has a very large speaker. I'll show you the size of the magnet on the floor in pots and pans. But these are two 12s. The upper one's a Black Widow with a very big magnet on the back. And you can change the bucket. If you catch the voice coil, you can unbolt the magnet and order a new bucket and cone. All right? Voice coil and cone. Now, it takes more power to drive the upper cabinet than it does the lower cabinets. So the lower cabinet gives me my mid-highs, and the upper cabinet can handle more power and barely moves on the lows. Now the cooling fan went out on the Ampeg. That's one of the main problems of the early Ampeg 300s. The small cooling fan quits. So this is a large external fan, variable speed. You got to make sure you throw the switch in the right direction or it puts out heat instead of cold. Now I'm going to move to the back of these two speakers. Now, if I get serious, that cube back there is a 15 with a Black Widow in it at 1,400 watt peak. So I can throw 800 to 1,000 watts at that 15. All right, now I'm looking at the back here. That upper cabinet has an old PA crossover. All right, and I bought it because I recognized that it had a Black Widow 12 in it. I've chopped off the bottom of the cabinet where the horn was to reduce weight and size. These two pots that are on the floor, the Black Widow above, this one right here, is the size of the magnet, about half the thickness, very thick though. And the lower one has a lead guitar with a very large magnet, but smaller. That's why it takes more power to drive the Black Widow. Now, if I get serious about power, I'm outdoors or in a large club. Here, as I spin around, hope I don't make you dizzy, is an old school Mega PV bass. See the two whiteout dashes there? They're separate power controls, separate power amps. What does that mean? That means I can drive the 15 1,000 plus watt with this old PV Mega. It's really good to have two power supplies, separate power supplies. And I can get down here, I can plug in 4 8-ohm cabinets. And that line means the upper one is driving the upper speaker, whatever it is. And on a diagonal, the lower one is driving the lower 15 for lows. This has a nice cooling fan, a large one. But this son of a gun is a boat anchor. I put a handle on it right here to carry it, but old school is heavy. That's why you would be wise to get two 300s or two 500s and run them parallel. And run your bottom speaker, EQ it differently than your upper speaker. So this is my fast 2-cube rig, 300 watts. And if I go big time, big school, we get the 15 on the bottom. And actually, the 410s, I don't have a 410. But a 410, I would push the lows and use the 15 for the mid-highs. That is the purpose. And now I'm going to give away a secret. Gracie, are you ready? And all you bass players that are just starting out, you cannot make a good note, a clear note, out of mush. If you base your bass pickups, you cannot clean it up and have mid-cut punch. If you want lows, you send a mid-high speaker from the bass pickups to the head and you dial in bass. Look at my EQs. You dial in lows in the bass head, not in the guitar pickups. You keep mids and highs for cut, octave cut in the bass, and you put the lows in the power head, in the EQ of the power head. Did you get it? That's a secret from an 81-year-old bass player. Hope you liked it. Bye.